Oh, yeah. Here it is. Church chat time again.
Whoop, whoop.
It's church chat with Pastors Dan and Dave.
And James.
Come hang out with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday.
Hey, it is Church Chat Wednesday. I'm Pastor Dan.
And I'm Pastor Dave.
And over there on the computer, the La Computadora, is none other than James Adkins and Tucker. Hi, Tucker.
Lead singer of Jimmy and the Bluff Tones.
Tucker's getting bigger by the week.
Yes, he is.
And
thankfully he's sleepy right now.
that is a good thing. That's a good
I
thing.
don't even want to hear it. Last night, Chubb was up all night long.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if he was hungry. I don't know. It was bad. So I kicked him out of my room. He got evicted.
Betty has been, every now and then she'll wake up at, 2, 3 in the morning and be like, it's morning now, right? It's like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not morning yet.
Chubb has been a solid 9 to like 7. And last night, it was just horrible.
So we've tried to, like right now though, is like outside, it's almost perfect that I a lot of times just leave the back door open because they're just in and out and in and out. And I'm like, I'm not getting up. So if you want to go out, go out. If you want to come in, come in. I don't care. And I don't want to have to open the door for you all the time.
Do you have a doggy door?
No.
You just leave it cracked?
Yeah. Just not even cracked, like just wide open. Like
See, I
just,
could tell you didn't grow up in Akron.
Well, that's true. That's true. But it's right now is the perfect time of year to be able to do it because it's just pleasant. It's just pleasant to be able to do that, and the bugs aren't really out in full force yet.
It just bothers me to my soul, my very core. It goes against everything I've ever been taught in life.
Yeah, if you want to steal all my stuff, you can just go on over. It's fine. It's just fine. You just come on in.
Well, what's funny is I've been watching this show. It's called Fear Thy Neighbor.
Oh, right, yeah. So you're just upping your paranoia.
Every third episode is in the Cleveland, Akron area.
Mm-hmm.
Every third episode. It's like this one happened in California, Illinois, Brunswick, Ohio.
Yep. No, I'm an eternal optimist. I think humanity is good. People are nice. Nobody's going to hurt you. It's all fine.
So James, I'm thinking, what is it over at Dan's house that we'd like to borrow?
You know what? What's mine is yours. It's fine because possessions mean nothing to me. I'm a child
You're
of
such
God.
a good
It's
guy.
fine.
You did give me a mower. You did give me a mower.
I did. Did you use that this morning?
I did use it
Went out
this
and mowed
morning.
your lawn?
Yep.
You know why? Because it's nice out. And you know how we know it's nice out? Weather people tell us it
Yes,
is.
we have great weatherman. WTOL.
That's right. Chris Vickers is going to be on in just a few minutes with us.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we've been trying to get this one for a little while, and it's happening.
Yes.
It's happening.
That's for real.
So excited to have Chris come on with us in just a little while, and that'll be fun to chat with him. It's TV personalities, like it's just there's something when you meet somebody who normally you only see on TV, like it's just different. Like, oh, we can talk back and forth now. Usually this is a one-way conversation.
Yeah.
It's just you talking, but now we're gonna get to ask the questions we've always wanted to ask of local weathermen.
Mm-hmm. Which is?
I don't know. We'll find out. So, I enjoy I always enjoy preaching. I always enjoy the sermon series to do. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I had fun in last Sunday. We talked about, just saying nice things to one another, complimenting each other. Are you giving a roast or a toast? We talked about Bob Ross. And it was just a lot of fun. So I want to know, Dave, who have you been trying to give a toast to this week? Who have you tried to encourage this week?
My youngest son. Every morning, I've gotten up every morning this week and made him breakfast, and just said, I just want you to start your day right, and just want you to know I'm thinking about you. And so every day I've been making him breakfast, getting up at 6 a.m, making him breakfast, and trying to encourage him before he heads out the door.
That's very nice of you.
How about you?
So my oldest daughter, Adeline, I have started doing this thing to just bring a smile to her face. When I pick her up from school, she always wanted me to just text her and tell her I was picking her up. So instead, I've started making videos where I sing to her. I take some sort of Taylor Swift lyrics, something. Most recently is from Phantom of the Opera. I took a song from that and changed the lyrics around just to try to do something to make her laugh. And she rates them then at this point in time. I think she listens to them out loud in her Spanish class at the end of the day and tells me whether or not they're, and she has no bones about it if they're bad. She's like, nope, that was dumb,
Yeah.
And which is a roast.
Yes.
I do.
Or a sick burn.
Or a sick burn.
And I do have good news. We have our guest ready. If you guys
Oh, we're ready.
All right, hold
We're
on.
ready.
Let me just pull the audio up for you and then bring them onto the screen. There we go.
All right.
We're all together.
All right. Hi, Chris. This is Pastor Dan with Pastor Dave. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm just fantastic. Did I tune in just in time for the cool dad
You
moments?
did. This is the cool dad moments where we're trying to share how we've been encouraging to our kids, and we're the best at being encouraging and embarrassing at the same time.
Isn't it all about balance in life,
Absolutely.
right? You don't want to be too out there, too goofy, but you're right. You're not living life if you're not having fun.
Exactly.
Right?
During the messages last week, I said the term sick burn from the pulpit, and my daughter was just devastated. It was fantastic. I loved it. So, well, Chris, we are so glad that...
That's the ultimate roast, right?
Exactly. Hey, we're so glad that you were able to join us today. It looks like you're outside, and can we get a free weather report right now? How is it outside?
Well, boy, I suppose, you got to enjoy a spring day when we've got one. We've got a beauty of one. I'm outside right now because we have a live show going on inside of our studio. So I was going to join you guys from one studio to another, but I wasn't quite able to do that just because we have the live show. But, I wish I could say days like this are going to stick around. We're going to have a few downers coming our way. Tomorrow in particular, Thursdays could be much cooler and a little wet at times, but nothing too terrible. We've lucked out so far pretty good this spring. We've had our run of 70s and even a couple days up into the 80s. So I got no complaints with how spring's been going so far. But we know living here that it's just not going to last. We'll get our ups and downs.
That's the first weather report we've had
Yes, that
on
was
Church
excellent.
Chat. It was so good. And you should do this for a living. So do you ever get tired of people asking you about the weather? I mean, is that just a constant in your life that people just ask you about that all the time?
So I'll say two things about that. One, no, I don't get tired. If I got tired of people asking me about that, I'd be in the
Right.
wrong business. So I think that's step number one. My favorite thing is, though, where I go somewhere, maybe out of town, where nobody knows who I am. And, I can share a funny story. I was just out of town recently, and I was in an elevator. And I walked out of the elevator into a lobby, and you just hear casual conversation. And what do people talk about? What's casual conversation?
yeah.
The weather,
Yeah.
right? So I come upon a group of people. They're talking about how these weather guys have no clue what they're talking about. They're always getting the weather wrong, and you're just like, all right, tell me more, please. I'm listening. So I have good spirits and I have good fun with it. I usually like to joke around with people and give them a hard time about it, but no, I love it. I never get tired of it.
Do people ever blame you for what's happening in the weather?
Unfortunately, they do, and I always tell them, I say, obviously, I'm just the messenger. Can you guys relate to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Just the messenger on this, all right? So I first say I'm just the messenger, and then when we're having, weather that isn't so hot, it's so great, I just say, you know what? Don't blame me for this. Don't thank me when we have
There you
nice
go.
weather, because I don't want to hear it either way. Let's just all enjoy it because we're along
There
for
you
the
go.
ride.
Excellent. Have you always wanted to be a weatherman? And if you had a second backup job, what would it be?
Right. That's a great question. So I was about fourth grade when I decided I wanted to be, I was just absolutely fascinated by weather. So I knew I wanted to be a meteorologist probably around fourth grade. I've always had a fascination with snowstorms, winter storms, thunderstorms. I was just blown away, and especially I grew up in Ohio. I'm from Ohio, born and raised here, so I know how dynamic it is. Our weather changing from season to season, from day to day, from minute to minute. Sometimes it seems like that. So I was fascinated by it. One of the bigger weather events was a snowstorm I can remember as a kid, and it was just, they call it like the bellwether moment. That's when I knew I wanted to become that. So I was around 4th grade. If I wasn't a meteorologist, what would I be? I've been fascinated with space. Maybe an astronaut would have been a cool thing. Something with outer space, a little different, but similar science and field. I don't know what else. I mean, I don't know where else I would have been called.
So I think right now, if I remember right, like you can see the weather on Mars. So it's really kind of the best of both worlds, right?
It's just, I was just checking it out this morning, and fittingly enough, I submitted an application for a job on Mars.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, this past Sunday, Pastor Dan was preaching about encouragement, and we're talking about how the early church wouldn't have even gotten started without encouragement. And I just noticed on your social, on your Facebook page, so often you are encouraging. And I noticed, I was really touched a week or so ago, you lifted up Robert Shields and his, you want to tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'll kind of start general on that first. One thing that surprises me about my job that I never imagined I would have the opportunity to do, and I bet you guys can relate, is to be a positive influence on others and perhaps change lives and make somebody's day better. So whether it's I'm on TV or on Facebook or on social media, every single encounter that I have with any person, I focus and make sure that it's a positive and encouraging encounter. Because one, you never know how that may shape or change somebody's day, how it could encourage them, and how it could give them a different outlook just on that day or on their life in general. So I use every opportunity as to be encouraging and to be positive, knowing that if you fail on that, you could influence somebody in a negative way, and I wouldn't want that on me. So every opportunity I have, people always tell me, what do you put in your coffee in the morning? Why are you so happy and so nice and so encouraging? So, that goes to people that I've never met, and it goes to I barely know, and it goes to people that I know very well. You mentioned Robert Shields, and well, I tell you what, quite some news here in Northwest Ohio that Robert Shields, the chief meteorologist for WTO 11 for 27 years, is full of life right now because he's choosing to go in a different direction right now. He's found the fulfillment in his job and wants to try a new challenge. And I can't say enough about Robert. What a fantastic person he is. What a mentor to me. What a role model. And somebody that's taught me a lot of the ropes in this business, which can be a tough and challenging business at times. And he's given me some great advice.
That's awesome.
So you talk about encouraging people and trying to change lives. And I know one of the other ways that you do that is through your work with St. Jude. And that you've, was it 2016, you ran the New York City Marathon for them. And
that's correct.
Just what makes you so passionate about St. Jude Children's Hospital?
You know what? It's still one of those chance encounters that I haven't fully grasped yet, but it started in 2016, and I had a crazy idea that I was going to run a marathon. I mean, that's crazy enough to begin with, right? So I didn't know how I was going to do this. I didn't know how I was going to accomplish this, but I knew if I was going to do it, I had to do it for a cause. And I was just struck one day by St. Jude and the work that they've done. And my grandmother had always been such a great supporter of St. Jude and always believed in it. And I think everybody, whenever you say St. Jude or see the logo, you say, oh, what a great organization. I mean, they're doing the work of miracles here on earth. They're doing, just wonderful, incredible things for children and for families. So I ran a race in 2016. I actually met up with a family from this area, from Putnam County. that had not one but two kids treated at St. Jude. And this family, you speak of positivity. I've never met a mom or a dad that has been so positive about their experience at St. Jude, even though it was, you could say, arguably the most challenging thing that they've ever encountered in their life, and still have scars from it today. But they will do anything for St. Jude. They will donate their time. They donate their resources, their money. To this day, they still do everything for St. Jude. Had the opportunity then to bring the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway to Toledo, Ohio. I think it was fitting because Danny Thomas, the founder of St. Jude, he grew up in Toledo, and I was just in disbelief that we didn't have this campaign here locally. I have been, and it brings me almost to tears to think about how successful it's been so far. In 4 years, we've raised almost $4 million. This year alone, we're going to raise $1.6 million on top of that. And we expect we're going to do that in days.
Wow.
We're going to sell out tickets this year. That money goes right back to the kids and families at St. Jude. No child, no family should ever have to deal with childhood and pediatric cancer, and no parent should ever have to hear those words that your child has cancer. So they have success in what they do. They've proven it, and I give all that credit to Danny Thomas, his prayer, his pledge to St. Jude, and delivering on his word then after he made it big as an entertainment icon, that he gave back to what he said he would do, that he prayed for so diligently to St. Jude in a time of despair. His dreams were delivered to him, and he delivered what I think is one of the best gifts to this earth today, a place that charges nothing for any child or family that has to go seek treatment for life-threatening diseases or cancer.
It's incredible, and I'm so thankful that there are people like you that use the platform that you've been given to be able to, help change lives in that way. If people want to find out more about how they can donate or be involved with some of the work you're doing with St. Jude, where can they go? How can they find out more?
I'm easy to find, right? So you can turn on the TV, WTOL 11, Fox 36, also my social media accounts. You could find me, meteorologist Chris Vickers, or Chris on Twitter at Chris WTOL. Very active on those platforms. And obviously, you're happy to email me as well at WTOLcvickers@WTOL.com. I love hearing from people. So if anybody wants to drop me a message, drop me a line. Just even curious about the weather. Happy to always chat about that. As a joy to join you guys on this beautiful day as well to talk about it. But also, if you have questions about any of the work that I do in the community or for St. Jude, I'd be happy to answer questions. May 13th, I'll give you the shameless plug, is the first day that people can get their tickets to win this year's St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. It's a $400,000 house that is going to be built for zero cost. So all the labor, all the materials, all the that goes into building a house has been donated this to make zero cost build. So more of that money.
Excellent. Great stuff. James, did you have something?
I just had one thing I wanted to say. I love your glasses, your sunglasses. And it just so happened that I looked at our comments, and one of our faithful followers, Kelly Bibler, mentioned that we all need some of these sunglasses so that we can match.
You know what? There we go. The side of them too. As with many things in life, go bold, right?
That's right.
Go bold.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us today, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Absolutely. Blessings to you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so
much.
much.
Take care.
Take care.
I'm always so happy to see someone using a platform like what he has to be able to make a difference in some people's lives. So
we have had some incredible guests on the show. That might have been one of my favorite.
You say
interviews.
that every time, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Kelly, or anybody else's toes that I'm stepping on, but that was a pretty cool.
That's
interview.
pretty cool.
I mean,
well, it's almost like he's good at being on camera.
Yeah. Well, it just made you feel good talking to him and stuff.
Oh, sure.
So.
Well, and I think that's part of what he said, that trying to be that positive interaction somebody has in their day. We have plenty of negative interactions in our day. We don't need more of those. And, to just be able to do that for somebody, it's such a cool thing. I love it. So, speaking of Kelly Bibler, we should probably mention that she, as well as Tom and Karen Schneider, both received the first annual Bob Ross Toast Awards at St. Mark's this past week for their encouragement and their kindness. So congratulations to you all. And I assume that those are framed and hanging above some sort of fireplace mantle at this point in time. So Chris was talking a little bit about I'm switch gears a little bit, but I'll use this as a segue about his work with St. Jude and helping kids who have different diseases, childhood cancers. It's a lot of what St. Jude works with, and so he did that through a race. And in a similar vein, I was going to invite him. I forgot, but I'll have to reach out to him. But on May 22nd, we're going to be having the World Vision 6K for clean water. So $50 for your registration provides clean drinking water for the child on your race bib for their entire life. And so it's a really cool thing. Had somebody ask the other day, do I have to run? You absolutely do not have to run. You can walk. You can you can, what's that?
You can lope.
You can lope. You can mosey.
I will challenge that person because last year, 2 years ago, when we had it all together, I came in dead last and was picking up signs to help.
That's all right. The last shall be first.
So this is
And
what
the
I'm
first
saying.
shall be
I'll
last.
challenge you to be last.
There you go. Pick up the signs along the way on your way in.
I'm like, I might as well. I'm
Might
out
as
here.
well. I'm still out here.
Everybody's
so
way
do
up
that.
there.
But my goal this year, I've been trying to work on this, is that I'm going to try to run without having to stop to walk. I'm going to try. I don't know that I can do it, to be honest, but I'm going to give it a go.
We should set some sort of predator behind you so that you have an impetus to run.
No, 'cause
When you
then
say
I
a predator,
will
you mean
die.
like a wolf, or do you mean like Alien versus Predator?
Whatever
Like
gets you running.
whatever gets me running. Yeah, there's a good chance. Like, this is the kind of thing where I would be determined to do it, but I'd cross the finish line and like immediately I'm going to need an ambulance.
Well,
So we'll see what happens.
the youth that day are leaving for Cedar Point
Right,
and for an all-nighter after the race.
right.
And I actually threw out the challenge to the youth. Anybody who signs up for the 6K,
And does that. Yeah.
I will take $50 off of your Cedar Point trip or your Chicago trip.
There you go.
And I'll let you explain that to Linda.
Thanks. Appreciate that. And then the next day, on Pentecost Sunday, we're going to offer baptisms. Anybody that hasn't been baptized, love to be able to do that. If you have been baptized and you want to remember your baptism, we can do that as well. But just a day that we can celebrate. It's the birthday of the church, and that there were 3,000 people baptized that first Pentecost. It wasn't a Sunday necessarily, but the first Pentecost. And so why not add to that number a little bit?
Any dunkers this year?
I think we're going to have at least one dunker.
Nice.
I think we're going to have at least one.
That's so fun.
But I'd like to have more than one dunker. If there's anybody else who'd like to get dunked. James, you were dunked not that long ago.
That is correct.
It's a good time, right?
Yeah, I love
It's a good time. So
I will
Water
never.
was not cold, super cold anyway.
I will never forget though. Travis DeWitt was our first dunk.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and we had a heater
Didn't work.
that didn't work, and when we put his face when he came up was just priceless.
That's right.
He got slain in the spirit right there.
Yep,
baby.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's not about your comfort, it's penitence for all of those things you've done. But no, it'll be a really cool day. So we've got a lot of stuff we're kind of looking forward to. Finishing up this series on Taming the Tongue, which I think is just a very needed series, absolutely. And then the next series is going to be kind of cool. We've got a couple of guest speakers who are coming in, talking about making all things new, how God makes all things new. And so it's going to be we've got some cool stuff coming up. I'm pretty excited.
Excellent.
pretty excited. So, other stuff. Want to let you know that we are still having service, traditional service at 9:00, contemporary service at 11:15. And is there anything else I'm missing? What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a thing. Vacation Bible School is going to be coming up before long. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be happening. Kids mission trip going to Chicago.
Going to Chi-Town. Hey, here's the thing with that though. I was getting on the kids last Sunday. I got to get you signed up because we're like, I'm going. Our host sent me out a schedule, and as everybody knows, I usually have like everything planned out. September, we're having a parent meeting. This is where we're going.
Yeah.
I'm 9 months behind on everything because of the pandemic. And
right.
so I need kids. You got to sign up. I know a lot of you are saying you're going to go or whatever, but we got to get you down on paper so that we can make those plans. There's a lot of stuff going on. So it's going to be cool.
It's going to be cool. I remember what story I was going to share because that made me think of Adeline, who will be going, my oldest daughter. And Renee's going to go too. But Adeline last night was just before she was ready to go to bed. She's so tired. She's like, I don't have my history homework done yet. It's like, I'll help you as a history major. I can help you. So what's your assignment? She said, our teacher wants us to compare and contrast World War II and the Nazis with the Empire and Star Wars. And I'm like, I've been training for this my whole life. I am so excited to do this with you and to talk to you about these things. And I'm explaining how Emperor Palpatine and Hitler are so similar and that the persecution of the Jedis was so similar. And oh man, she's like, I don't care. She's like, I don't care. I just want to go to bed. And I'm like, we got to talk about it. You need to understand this. I had so much fun.
I bet you did.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Are you supposed to confess stuff like that in public that you helped her with her homework?
It was just, I didn't do her homework for her, but I was helping her, like I was tutoring her. I was helping her to understand.
Let me tell you, especially like an art project or something, sometimes you do get carried away when you help your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Henry had Miss LaFountain who plays fiddle. And he brought this awesome fort. It was built to scale out of clay, fired in a kiln into Miss LaFountain's class. And she just looked at me like, yeah, Henry did this, right?
Maybe not.
We had fun.
We had a good time. Dude.
We had fun watching me.
What
for
would
like
you rather
4
be?
hours.
Would you rather be an uninvolved parent? What do you want?
Yeah.
I remember in 9th grade I had to write a paper on something and my dad helped me. And after class the teacher was like, well, let me see you. And she was like, I'm going to ask you what these 3 words mean. And of the 3 I got 1. But she was like, you need to do your own homework.
Nice.
I have a vivid memory of when I was in junior high. I had a math test that I did not do well on. I got like a C on it or something like that, and the teacher said you could take it home and correct it, and I'll give you credit for it. So I took it home, and my mom was gone or something. My dad said, I'll help you. I ended up with a D.
It went the other way.
It got worse. It somehow got worse. We took things that were right and made them wrong.
That is awful.
Oh, it's terrible. So
I've been slow on watching the internet, but Holly did say that Nice Guys finished last. Probably
That's
in
right.
reference to what you were saying, Dave.
Thank you.
Speaking of Holly and also homework help, I also remember in college, she graduated a semester early with a degree in Spanish because she's very smart. And so we got married halfway through our senior year. I was still taking Spanish in my final semester, and she was the teaching assistant in that Spanish class. So that's how I passed my senior year, is having a great tutor that I was married to who
awesome.
happened to be the teaching assistant. It was great. So, but having her grade my papers in my living room and having her just look at me with disappointment, was also fantastic. So it's a great start to our marriage.
Did you look at her and say, Muy bien.
Muy bien. By this time, I'd taken like 8 years of high school and college Spanish combined. I still stunk at it.
Yeah.
Like I was just bad. I don't know. So anyway, all right. Hope to see you at church or online this coming Sunday. Again, 9 a.m. traditional, 11:15 contemporary. We'd love to have you with us. And also check out Corinne's Spark Kids Online videos that she posts for the kiddos. And yeah, a youth group this Sunday, yes?
Youth group this Sunday, yes.
Youth group this Sunday, yes. All right. I think that's it for today. Oh, hang on. James is pulling out instrumentation.
I don't think he's ever played us out on this one.
This is new. All right. Well, we're getting ready to play you out on our theme song. Hope everybody has a great day. Thank you so much to Chris Vickers from WTOL for joining us as our guest today with our very first Dan and Dave weather report.
Yeah. I mean, he just went full on.
Oh, it was like full voice.
Yeah.
Full weatherman voice. It was great. All right, James, are you ready?
I think so.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm gonna turn my mic up a little.
Turn your
bit.
mic up. Turn the camera so everybody can see what you have there. Because this is
I was gonna let it be a surprise.
this is gonna be great.
All right, you ready?
1 and a 4.
And a 4. All right, here's my camera. Here we go. Bloop. There's me. It's a symbol.
All right, everybody have a great day. We'll see you later.
He's gonna love this.
It's Church Chat with Pastors Dan and Dave. Come hang out with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday.
It's like the Gong Show. Like you're done. See you later.